We're gonna get into this video real quick in a second. I did just want to give a quick shout out though, because I did notice over the weekend, this YouTube channel did hit a milestone. So I was able to get my very first follower. So if you guys look at my channel, it'll show that I had one follower. That was actually myself, just kind of keeping an eye on the channel and kind of making sure I can kind of keep up with the analytics and everything. But I did get an actual follow over the weekend on Saturday. So I do just want to give a shout out to I Suck at Games. So thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. It means a whole lot, man. Like you have no idea how much that really does mean to me. And the next day I actually got another follower for Linnerman125. So I did just want to acknowledge that really quick, let you guys know that I do see that you guys did follow and I really do appreciate it. Again, it does mean a lot to me. It is one of those things, like I am grateful for that, and it does make me want to it's motivating, you know what I mean? It really does make me want to push to be able to make new videos and come out with more content. Hopefully that'll be entertaining for you guys, that'll be fun for you guys to listen to as much as it is for me to make. So yeah, again, I just want to give a shout out to you guys, I Suck at Games, and then Linnerman125. Again, thank you so much for you guys' support. It means a whole lot. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the video. With Street Fighter 6 now on 4 million sales, matching Mortal Kombat 1. Time to focus. So I thought this article was pretty cool. I wanted to go ahead and go over it. And yeah, so if there are any Street Fighter fans out there, we can go ahead and get some good news for you. So Street Fighter 6 has now sold over 4 million copies, Capcom has announced. The sales milestone comes 15 months after the fighting game went on sale in June of 2023 across PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Thank you for playing and for helping us reach this milestone, Capcom said. We hope you're excited for the future of Street Fighter 6, and we intend to release more content and hold more events. Street Fighter 6 hits 3 million copies sold back in January, 7 months after launch. That means it's taken just over a half a year to add another million to sales, Capcom said. Street Fighter 6 is generally progressing in line with our expectations. So Capcom has said that it aims for Street Fighter 6 to outsell Street Fighter 5, targeting over 10 million copies and sold over the course of its lifetime. While we do not communicate specific figures for internal budgets, we look to outperform the title's predecessor, Street Fighter 5, and aim for more than 10 million units over its lifetime of the title. Capcom said Street Fighter 6 then has a long way to go before it beats Street Fighter 5 sales in sales total. So I think that's really cool because it is one of those things. I never really got into the Street Fighter games myself personally. I was always more of like a Mortal Kombat kind of person growing up because it was like, one of those things where it was more brutal and it was, you see the fatalities and everything like that. And even though that Mortal Kombat was my go-to game, I always have had a lot of love for Street Fighter, especially with the fact that it is one of the games that has been in the zeitgeist pretty much since back in the day, like when Mortal Kombat came out. So the fact that it's been able to last this long in the gaming industry, I think is really cool. I think it's awesome. And then I remember it was cool too because when Street Fighter 6 came out, there was a lot of hype around it from the fans in regards to the gameplay itself, how fun the game was, how well the graphics were, as well as the fact that what was the third thing? That the character design, that's what it was, so that the character designs were changed in the sense that it made them all look a little bit more mature. They were able to grow. And as a fan that's been around since the 90s of playing video games, it is one of those things to to be able to see these characters grow and to become like an older version of themselves. It is cool, especially when it's one of those things where they become older and they become even more badass than they were before, because it's one of those things. We all have this love for these characters. We all grow to get to know them and see them in their games and everything like that. And you look at them in such a high light, to be able to see them go from like the cool badass characters they were when we were younger to even more cool and badass as they've gotten older. You gotta appreciate that, man, because it is one of those things. As you get older, you do get wiser. You do have that wisdom that comes along with it, and you do learn more. So be able to see these characters that we know and love, who we feel are such great individuals, become better individuals throughout the years, and we get to see them grow. It's an awesome thing to see because, like I said, we have the love for these characters, and it's also awesome because of how inspiring it is, to be able to see these characters grow and become even better than they were before. as a gamer, that's inspiring because it is one of those things in life. You do want to try to become a better individual. You do want to, be better than you used to be. So be able to see that happen with these characters, it's awesome. It's a really great thing. And we'll go ahead and continue on. So to put Street Fighter 6 sales into context, 1993's SNES hit Street Fighter 2 Turbo sold 4.1 million copies. The seminal Street Fighter 2 sold 6.30 million copies, and then Street Fighter 5 sold 7.60 million copies. Another interesting comparison with the fighting game rival Mortal Kombat 1, which sold 4 million copies since going on sale in September of 2023. Mortal Kombat is typically the best-selling fighting game franchise, outselling the likes of Street Fighter and Tekken by some margin. Mortal Kombat 1 hit 4 million sales around 11 months after launch. Tekken 8 sold 2 million in a month. Meanwhile, Street Fighter 6 in the middle of second, with the DLC characters Terry and May from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters coming soon, and Elena due out in winter of 2025. Capcom has yet to say what comes after. So, if you're a Street Fighter fan, that's definitely got to be good news, because it is one of those things. They do have DLC coming out in the works. So they, like I mentioned here, Terry and May from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters. So they do have that, as well as Elena coming in winter of 2025. So winter of next year. So pretty much a year from now. So they have content up to a year from now. So if that's the case, more than likely they're going to be able to hit another million in sales, and they are going to probably be able to beat their predecessor like they're hoping for Street Fighter 5. So I think that's amazing. I think that's really cool. Again, I never was, much of a Street Fighter person myself, but I do have a huge appreciation for the franchise and the game itself. So seeing something like this happen, to me, it's a win. It's a good thing. It's positive. It's awesome. I think it's really cool. And yeah, like I said, Mortal Kombat was always my go-to game, so I never really got too much into Street Fighter itself. But one character I do love with a passion, and I have so much care for and love, even though I never got into the franchise itself, is definitely Chun-Li. No, I'm just kidding. Chun-Li. So I've always had a lot of love for Chun-Li. I think she's a great character. I love her design. I think she's a hot character, which is awesome. And me personally, I've always kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've always been a thigh guy. So in order to have a character like this, like it's bound to grab my interest sooner or later. So it is one of those things. Seeing a franchise with this very character in it do well, that's a win in my book. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to her. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Are you guys happy about this news? Are any of you guys Street Fighter fans out there? If so, are you guys looking forward to the new DLCs that are coming out and everything like that? So if you guys let me know what you guys think, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you guys can like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.